Did I say that or something? I don't even
remember. Yeah, no, you did.
Okay.
It's fine. Don't worry about
Fair
it.
enough. And it will be 13-7. And the technical timer coming. Not an ideal timer, I won't lie to you. It's coming out to 11 p.m. here. And we still have a best of 3 to go. But this one should be over very soon. And hopefully we can get Navi and SK in there very quickly. Hopefully they're in high spirits and won't be too tired. That has to be mentioned, I guess. We have to make sure that is clear before we cast it. Round 21, and the unpause comes in. So whatever technical issue was there, it wasn't too severe, which is good news. We'll get into the order shotgun, like we said. No AWP available for NiP after going down 4-1 in the second half. Money really is in a fantastic state. They force spot a lot here, so get right with the shotty and see what he can do.
Door already removed as they want to try and take over the upper bomb site. Sunny will wait because there's so much utility in between them and that destination that they have really no other choice. Oops, but AK-47. Hoping that someone will get careless. Get right's going to try the shotgun. All right, Oscar. You've left an impression. You've inspired Christopher. Chris is going to sit to wait with exactly that position in mind. Dropping down, he needs to make it work. He does good damage, but that's not enough, or is it? Because Draken will capitalize, and Forrest has stepped up in his own right to find 2 kills. They just need to get Sticko. They know where he is, and they will be relentless in chasing him down.
There we have it. NiP start their campaign efficiently now on the CT side. It's 4-2. Pretty good round from them. Get right gets the damage done towards Squeaky. Didn't find all the kills, but certainly contributed. See whether this is enough.
Juggle the guns around, and Chris will stay on the shotgun. AKs across the board for mousesports. No AWPs in play. Double up on ramp as well early on. I expect that one of those players may rotate down underneath and get towards Secret. They're going to have to do so relatively soon because they're already getting by. Forrest gets 1 in the smoke, nearly followed it up with a second onto Sunny, who stopped up in the gap in the smoke. Not a full and complete gap per se, but where Forrest was preempting to fire. Ops is trying to get back in through the open squeaky doorway. Chris is not holding quite as tight this time with the shotgun, but he'll still be there. Can jump down at a moment's notice with that weapon. Need to be somewhat cognizant of the fact that the main entrance is open. Forrest has given up. He's missed the first player going by. Tanks, Robs goes back out, does get it, and he's looking for Oscar. He'll find that as well. Dennis has Sunny. Sticko's gone down below, but he's desperate for a bomb plant strictly for the sake of income at this point in a 1 versus 5.
There it is. The order shotgun ringing true for Get Right. That's much better, as he'll find the most important kills. They get down towards lower. Sticko plants the bomb at least, but I don't think he'll find much more than that. An attempt at the double spray down. Good for 1, but that's about it. Bomb planted though. They'll have another buy for the next round. As we go 13-9 now. Certainly not over just yet. It's a little bit daunting for an NiP, but if ever there's a map to be this, or this sort of complexion when you're chasing the T side, nuke could be the best possible one to be on. So we'll see what they can do here. Great hold so far. That will be round number 23. AK's out in full force of the CTs now, man. They've got 4 of them. And presumably they'll work their way towards the AWP eventually. But 4 players survived there. And Get Right might go for the shotty again. Let's have a look. What does he go for? Back on the rifle. So this is fine. You drop it in a couple of times a half, ruffle some feathers, farm some cash, and then you go back to your rifle. That's the way I like it.
So the AK fires at the door early from Forrest. AK on the CT side. Headshot potential. You can play a few different angles with it. Dennis, unsure of how much he's lost outside in terms of information as they start to bypass him and head toward the secret stairwell. He's expecting they're going to wrap around, so he's playing conservatively, therefore doesn't have any information. Sneeko still trying to work down from the AC. Won't be able to spot him in that position. Dennis is smart to hug the blue crate. No overstep on his behalf. He may have been starting to do so as we look away, so watch the top right. You may see some damage exchange between the two, but first and foremost, it's going to be Rops to take out Rez. Main entrance covered, outside covered. Dennis still waiting as well to strike back outside, but it's Draken that's got problems because he's given up ramp and he has to cover secret himself. He is tasked with the entire lower site, but that doesn't seem to be a problem for the man who's on an AK rather than an op. He doesn't quite get Robs. Didn't even actually land a shot, even though it looked like he was pretty much on the stairs. Protect. Forrest, good closely of Sticko. But on arrival, Rops has the angle in the new vent. The new long hallway. He's gotten closer, which means Forrest has a better chance, believe it or not, than where he was previously. But Oscar's still waiting up above it. It's 2 rounds to go for mousesports.
That's great stuff from them. Just as it felt like NiP were getting to 5th gear, mousesports do manage to crumble that upper bomb site and then down towards lower. Well played by them. It will be the AWP coming out for Draken. Double AWP set up on nuke map. Okay, it can work, and I'm not a fan of it. And G2, in their heyday, ran this quite a lot with Kenny as a bit of a nuke specialist. I'm not sure this is the best setup for NiP, though. They don't have a full-time secondary AWPer. Sure, Forrest is very proficient with it, but I don't know. This doesn't feel like this is going to be the round-winning play. We'll see. The fact he's gone for AWP, no armor, suggests that this is a desperation call. I'm not sure. I'm going to wait until I see what happens here. Ideally, you want to have an AWP outside, of course, then maybe one towards ramp, or maybe, I guess, heaven, depending on which way you're inclined. But for me, I'm not a fan of it, but some people do like it. We'll see what works for NiP here.
Well, this is interesting as well because they've gone from playing so effectively with the rifles on a number of rounds to now going to a double op. It's desperate. It really is all in because losing your on-map point, you're going to be out of money anyway. So this is the way they want to go about things. It's going to look amazing if it works. I'll just say that. They'll look like geniuses because it's something they haven't done. It'll catch off mousesports, but it has so much potential for disaster. Is Dennis really considering pushing all the way through? I thought he was just going to go. He gets behind the door instead. Knows the side of the site. On the ground is Get Right, though, with the shotgun. Traded out by Robson. Sticko's got Dennis. He was waiting at the door. Dennis overcommitted. Up the ladder. They go. Down goes Rez. And you've got an op left against 4. Forget it. It's map point and series point for mousesports.
Absolutely so. Draken will get 1, but the round's over. Very well done. The upper bomb site completely overran by mousesports there. Sticko continuing those good performances with the AK-47, especially. Robs with 2, him with the other. And Draken to save his AWP and CT spawn, and he does need to save him out. They've got first, okay, should be second stage loss bonus after this one. And if Draken doesn't save this AWP, they've got nothing. He's currently positioned right down in there. They know if they take the AWP out of his hands, it will mean everything. What utility they got to flush him out? There's a flashbang. That will push him right back. Doesn't look like mousesports really want to force the issue, though. They'll be molotoving towards the truck just to see if he's there, at least, but looks like Draken will be surviving this one. That's sensible. I guess they could have used Sticko's smoke just to get closer to him and push down there, but time is running out. Just want to make sure they keep their weapons alive.
Absolutely. And what's in it for them? Yeah, okay, you get the op down. It's the only thing NiP's going to have, but it's an op on nuke. That's all there really is anyway, so take your chances. I think they're going to be just fine with 1 round to get and not a lot in the way of doing so. Get Right has gone back to the shotgun. But pistols aside and the 1 op, it's on the ground. Don't be misled. Draken picks it back up. And NiP on nuke, a map that they've had reasonably good luck and good success on. Who did Chris keep in mind breaking on a 4 spot? Might have a semi-final date coming up. Forrest had no idea Robs was down there.
Yeah, he snuck by right before his eyes, and that's going to be game, ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid. Surely Draken can't win this one. The only player with any sort of weaponry. The AWP, the bombs flying towards lower, it couldn't be more disastrous for them. People in the arena starting to stand up. They don't believe in NiP, but Dennis still does. It'll be short-lived. Draken, 4 versus 1, and that's going to be it. mousesports will take the 3rd and final map. There's no way he can do this. He can't even get access towards the site. Oscar finishes things off. And it took 3 maps and a disappointing finish on Inferno from NiP, but mousesports look much better there on nuke. A few adjustments on their CT side. And a resurgence from NiP to get them 6 rounds, but there we go. After losing the pistol in the second half, NiP couldn't really get themselves grounded, and we'll find ourselves with them in the semi-final. NiP crash out.
And they do. I have to say, crash in some capacity. They had a very slow start on nuke, and it was an impressive comeback to turn things, but then again, you only got 1 pistol out of 6 in the series. That's always going to make things difficult. You finally win a 4 spot, and then the next one goes against you. It was always going to be an uphill battle for NiP swapping over on nuke, and They'll bow out of the event. Here and now for mousesports, it's a chance to progress further. They'll play tomorrow in a semi-final. Our next series will determine who they play, and yes, the coach of mousesports might be from here, but so too might their opposition be, because Navi comes up next against SK.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right there. And there we go. A disappointing finish there from NiP, I have to say. I was really believing after the first half comeback, but this T-side performance from mousesports is way too strong there. You can see them really whittling down the money towards the end. But there we go. That'll be all from us, at least for this series. We've got one more to go, Matt.
We do.
It's gonna be a long one. An all-nighter, perhaps.
That's fine. What else would you rather be doing?
Casting Counter-Strike.
Casting Counter-Strike. Well, on that note, I think we're just waiting for Paula to make his way onto the stage. You can see the lovely man. He's just right here. Hi, Paula.
He's got Chris J with him.
He does have Chris J. They're good friends, Chris and Paula.
Yeah,
they go way back to kindergarten, actually.
That's true. They're going to have some fun with this one. Chris J, great performance from him, I will say that. Yeah. AWP throughout the series. Maybe a little bit quiet in Mirage, but apart from that, pretty stellar.
Well, you can see, look, you talk about Oscar being one of the best ops in the world. You can see why he's happy to concede and say, you know what, on nuke, Chris, you go right ahead, because he's pretty solid on nuke, I have to say.
Absolutely. You can see that that's a map where Oscar, when he gets a rifle out, is getting aces and looking very good. As soon as he gets the rifle out a little bit, a nice mixture of the shotgun and the rifle. I think that's the perfect recipe. Like I said, when Getro was doing it, you bring it out every now and then. When you're expecting the upper rush, that's when you bring it out. But for now, it's down to Paula on the stage with Chris J.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for mousesports and Chris J. Our third team moving forward to the semi-finals. Chris, how's it feel?
It feels awesome, Paula, really. It feels awesome.
It must be extra sweet, but also after that, which was such an exhausting best of three, be slightly bitter because you lost your map pick at the start, right?
Yeah, it felt like we threw away Mirage again. It started in the second round. I think we won the pistol and... Oh no, actually we lost the pistol and then Mika had like a crazy deagle round. So he killed 4 with deagle and we won our force buy. And then we like totally threw away the rounds after and everybody was already tilted and totally not happy how we were playing. So we got into a bad flow again on Mirage, sadly, but yeah, we recovered.
Yeah, I mean, if you identify the mistakes that you've made, you can correct them going forwards. Do those already appear in your head? Maybe too many force buys at the start, perhaps?
I'm not really sure. I mean, we're having problems on Mirage for some time now. I mean, against Navi we played good, but Navi has just historically not been so good against us on Mirage, so maybe that didn't mean so much. We're just having problem in the mid rounds for some reason now, making A splits really bad and just dying one by one. We don't really know how to fix it yet.
Nonetheless, something that we did discuss before was that NiP are a tough team for you guys. Generally, you have a losing record against them. Chris, you beat that today.
Yeah. Last time when we were here in Kiev, we broke some curses. We beat Cloud9, we beat SK, who we didn't beat before. Now we beat NiP here, so we're really happy about that.
And also the group stage, you went 3-1 instead of 3-2. So Chris, overall then, moving into the semi-finals, what else can you tell me? And are you guys happy?
Yeah, we're really happy. And Paula, I'm actually wondering, what do you think about my massages?
Your massages are great, Chris. Why?
Okay, thank you. I just need to hear that.
Okay, well, everybody, put your hands together one more time for Chris J and mousesports. Luckily for all of you here and at home, we have one more best of 3 today, and it is just the quarterfinals, but in a sense, it's kind of the main event since we have Navi playing against SK. But first, we'll head back to the analyst desk. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Safe to assume